Good afternoon, everybody. Once again, SGT International. I'm here live from Ireland, this time in Killarney, Killarney, Ireland, about 3 hours south of Dublin. Jake and I are just here to kick off the episode with a little bit of breaking news here. Jake, do you want to read it off?
Yeah, actually, shout out Zyler. He just texted our group chat. Devonte Adams has been charged with a misdemeanor assault for his shoving incident last night. Or not last night, Monday night. Wow, that's unfortunate. That's
It's
really unfortunate.
It says here the photographer filed a police report against a 29-year-old on Tuesday. Adams reportedly could also face NFL discipline, including a suspension.
Oh yeah, he'll get suspended. Probably a game or two. Um,
Does this mean Devonte Adams is officially a Las Vegas Raider?
that means he is officially a Las Vegas Raider.
Yep, he's been charged. He's been charged with an offense, so he is now
Oh my
officially.
God.
Dude, seriously, what is it with this organization and criminals being on their team? Like, I know he's not a real criminal, but like
You've got one who
he's been playing for 5 weeks and he's been charged with
yeah.
assault. That's so funny to me. That's hilarious to me. You think he deserved it though? Be honest. He did shove a random human like for no
Yeah,
reason.
like
Like
it
he kind of did deserve it, but like
he does deserve it, but in the heat of the moment, I also think that every other human being, well, not every other human being, but he was pissed, rightfully so.
yes,
And
but
even
that doesn't.
apologized immediately right afterwards. But like it still
Mhm.
doesn't give him the right to shove the guy.
Yeah, that's how I see it too. But
So I understand his thought process as to why he did it, but like
yeah,
that
yeah,
doesn't excuse what he did.
yeah, exactly, exactly. I agree. I agree. Obviously, hey, it's that Raiders mentality.
It's that dog in them.
It's that prisoner mentality. That's all it is.
Wow.
Anyway, what a way to kick off the episode there. Speaking of Monday night's game, let's get into some of these roughing the passer calls that we saw on the weekend.
For those of you who are on Spotify, I'm just sitting here shaking my head for a second.
So we had two, one
Yeah,
on
Brady
Sunday,
got
one
hit
on
with
Monday.
one. Uh, what I think it was, or like I think the reason why they got called is because they're trying to keep the quarterback safe because of what happened with Tua. But
Oh, that makes sense.
those might genuinely have been the the Derek Carr one was really bad because Chris Jones got called with roughing the passer while he had control of the ball.
He stripped the ball from him.
Yeah, like he had the
Yeah,
ball when they threw the flag.
yeah.
But the Brady one cost the Falcons the game because, well, I mean, they might not have won because they were still losing at that point in time, I'm pretty sure. But if they had gotten a stop, they would have gotten the ball, I think, down like two or maybe three with
Mhm.
like 3 minutes left in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they were in
Hmm.
a position to win. They got the stop. He made a perfect tackle. Like that was a textbook tackle.
Hmm.
How he did it with like the wraparound and everything.
It was good.
And they called it roughing the passer.
I watched a video of somebody from Sports Center talking about it, and he said it was a gator roll tackle, which is honestly one that's a tackle you'd want to take, is what he
Yeah.
said. Yeah. He said you want to be
Grady
tackled that
Grady
way.
chipped
That's
it.
that's how you should sack a quarterback. You know, he grabbed him from behind. He kind of bear hugged him from behind. He went down with him, rolled him like he rolled Brady over top of
Yeah.
him. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just seems silly to me.
Do they want the defensive lineman to grab a pillow and put it on the ground for them?
Yeah, place a pillow, and then take the quarterback, and then cradle him like a baby, set him down
Give
nice and
him
gently on the pillow, and then
give him a blanket.
and then that's a sack. That's a sack.
Yeah, give him a
Give him a
blanket.
blanket. Give him a pacifier, and then he can go to sleep, and then he can be comfy, and then all right, let's play again. Let's okay, next play. Let's go. And then stupid. Like I get why, because like Tua got hurt so many like twice, and now they're kind of under investigation. But apparently that was dropped too. Also, the investigation was dropped.
Was it?
Yeah, I think I read that the other day, like a few days ago. Like the investigation was just like they dropped it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll need to fact check myself. But
I haven't seen
yeah.
it. But
No, I haven't. Like I think I saw that. I can look it up really quickly. If I can't find it, I'll just put my phone away. But
and like so like to go on with this, like the roughing the passer calls. I was watching the Philly Arizona game. Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray, two quarterbacks that get out of the pocket almost on every single play that they're passing. I saw both of them get popped
did you?
a few times each. But like, I don't know. One could argue that they're putting themselves in that danger because they're
Mhm.
being mobile and moving around and stuff.
Yeah, they move like Derek Carr and Tom Brady don't run a whole lot. They're kind of they stay in the pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're pocket passers.
Yeah.
But somehow Brady always manages to do it. Rodgers is a pretty mobile quarterback. Like it's either he'll move around or the ball's out of his hand in a second.
Yeah.
Right. But like Derek Carr, I think for the Raiders to go from being a wild card team, like as they could be, they're having a rough go right now, but they could be a wild card team.
They are having quite the rough go. 4-1 is
Yeah.
definitely not how I saw the Raiders starting off their season.
1-4.
Or 1-4.
Yeah. Sorry, but like if for putting them from like a wild card team to like AFC championship, maybe even a Super Bowl, Derek Carr needs to learn how to get out of the pocket.
Yeah.
Because they could have won that game. They had every chance to win that game. And if Carr gets out of the pocket and makes a couple of nice throws, maybe they score another touchdown and maybe they win that game.
All of their losses have been so close, though.
I know. Do you know what their power ranking is on NFL.com?
What?
They're 14th as of today.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm pretty sure that is the only time I've seen a team that low under 500 be in the top half of the power rankings.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That makes sense. I can't find anything about them dropping the inspection, but I did see a report 45 minutes ago. Tua is back at practice, but they're going to start what's the guy's name? They're going to start Skylar Thompson in week 6. But hey, at least Tua is back practicing. So let's give a hand for Tua.
We handed to him.
Good for him. He's alive. He's moving. He's mobile. So that's all you can really ask for. That was a scary injury, though. If they said he was out for the season, I wouldn't have been surprised. So that's good to hear that he's back in practice.
Yeah, I'm happy that he's like moving and he can do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not want to see him play anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. So Baker Mayfield got his head coach fired.
Baker Mayfield did not get his head coach fired. Matt Rule got himself fired. Baker Mayfield had nothing to do with it.
Tell me that when they get a new good head coach, and
if they start playing better, I mean their head coach here. Oh my God, where was he coaching? The last time he was a head coach, he went 3-13.
Matt Rule or their new head coach? Who's their new head coach?
New head coach. I think Steve Wilkes, is it?
That's bad. He's gonna get fired too.
Hold on, I got.
Anyways, yeah, like the Carolina is just, they have not been. I think everyone thought because Baker was gonna have his big comeback year that the Panthers were gonna be decent, and they're
Yeah.
just not. They're just trash. They're just garbage. Whether it's Baker or whether it really was Matt Rule, it's like we won't even be able to see because apparently this new guy is not that good either. But he doesn't have a very terrible record actually. 3-13 is not good.
Yeah. He fired their defensive coordinator too.
Who did?
The coach, like Wilkes, their new head coach.
Who did he coach before? Was he a college coach or was he a?
No, he coached the Browns.
Oh God! Like when Baker was playing?
No,
Oh,
no.
how long
This would
ago?
have been. I want to say it was the year. No, because the year before they drafted Baker, they went 0-16. It was in 2013, I think.
Oh, okay. So this is a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
a while ago.
Well, we'll see. Maybe.
Oh, sorry, no, never mind. He
Oh.
coached the Cardinals.
Oh.
They went 3 and yeah, that makes sense. They went 3-13. That makes sense.
Oh. Okay.
At about 5 years ago. So
Yeah.
Anyways.
Let's talk about the Jays real quick. So in the last episode, we had live reactions to the game. The Jays were up 8-1 in game
I'm
two.
so mad. I'm so mad about this.
They were down a game. They were down 1-0 to the Mariners in a 3-game series. So they needed to win this game. They were up 8-1. What, in like the 5th inning or the 6th inning or something? Was it like the 5th? Or was it the 4th? It was something like it was like in the middle of the game. They were up by like they had a good lead.
They were up 8-1 at the top of the 6th inning. And then I think it went.
Didn't they lose 9-8?
They lost 10-9.
10-9. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, they blew that game.
Bad loss.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I'm kind of glad we
I
ended.
know what
What
happened?
happened?
When we stopped our show.
By the way, I'm glad we stopped it when we did, or else there would have been swear words and we would have had to make another explicit episode. But go on.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad about that too. Bichette and George Springer were both going up for a fly ball and they collided with each other. So both of them went out of the game. So they lost 2 starters halfway through the game, right? And when you lose 2 starters in a game, that's huge, especially in playoff time. So I guess they collapsed around that.
Yeah.
But still, that's baseball. You could blow 7. You could blow baseball, 7-run leads. You can blow 7-run leads like it's nothing.
That's true. That is true.
Just like in today's football, everybody seems to be blowing 14, 17, 20-point leads.
It's very possible. Like that's like if you really think about it, like being up by that much is only really being up by like 15 points with like 6 minutes left in a basketball game. Like you can still come back from that. Like I remember a couple years ago, I remember the Raptors were down like 40 at halftime against the Hornets or something, and they came back and won. Like, I don't know. Like it happened. It's happening a lot more, I'm finding, than it did before. Like it's happening a lot more often than it did before.
The Chiefs coming back from 17 down in that game. It's the 15th time this season that a team has been up by 14 or more and then has ended up losing the game.
14 or more. That makes sense. I wonder what the stat is on since Patrick Mahomes has been their starting quarterback, on how many times they've been down by like 14 or even 17 or even 21 and then come back to win. I want to know what that stat is. Dude,
remember when he pulled a 28-point comeback in a playoff game?
Yeah.
And then ended up winning the game by 20?
What were they down in the Super Bowl against the Niners? What was the deficit there? Wasn't it
20-7?
20-7. Yeah, it was like a few.
Yeah, because they won 31-20.
17-point deficit.
It was 20-7.
23.
Yeah, but down 13
17.
in the 4th quarter.
13. I can't do math. 13. Jesus.
Down 13 in the 4th quarter.
Excuse me. Yeah, well, that just goes to show you. You got a couple other points you want to talk about here. The Mets get humiliated. I don't even know what that's about. I don't know. You want to talk
Oh,
about that?
okay. I'll explain this. So
Okay.
the Mets were playing the Padres. So San Diego and New York.
Okay.
Just
Thank you.
you're
I
welcome.
know who the Mets are. I forgot who the
I think
Padres were
everyone
though.
should know who the Mets are.
Yeah.
They called the umpire out, like the Mets coach, to do an inspection on the Padres pitcher because he had pitched the whole game up until whenever they had called it. I can't remember when it was. But they wanted to test him to see if he was cheating.
What?
So
Mid
like,
game?
yeah, there's ways that you can like cheat with like call signs. And there's like something on like having like earpieces in, right? So they have to check your ears and stuff like that. And this Padres pitcher, like he was playing out of his mind, and the Mets just were like they had no answer for him. So they tried kicking him out of the game, even though he wasn't cheating at all. And then he turned to him, he said a couple of nice words to them, and then the Padres proceeded to stomp on the Mets.
I did see the video of them checking behind his ear and stuff. I didn't know what that
Yeah.
was about though. Is that what it
Yeah, so
was?
that's
Okay.
what that was. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. I did see the clip of that, but that's silly.
Yeah. So the Mets ended up they won game one and then ended up getting reverse swept.
So they weren't cheating?
No, sir.
So they were just playing like absolute units?
Yep, they were playing like freaks. Go San Diego.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now who's this that got 20 years in the MLB?
Oh yeah. There was an MLB player. I think Tyler Skaggs was his name. He was a pitcher for the Angels. And he overdosed at the beginning of the season and he died. Like he passed away. And they found out who sold him his drugs, and it was somebody through the Angels organization. And this guy's he received a 22-year sentence.
Holy crap.
In county jail, yeah.
Wow.
22
was it a player
years.
or a player?
No,
or
it was it was like a coach. It was like
someone within the organization.
Yeah. Someone
within the organization. Wow. That's crappy. That's so bad.
Yeah.
That is definitely not what you want happening in your organization. I didn't hear about that at all. That's kind of a big deal, eh?
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
So he overdosed this year?
When was it? I'll look it up.
Or was it I don't even remember hearing about that at all. Like I think I would have at least heard about it, but
oh, it was in 2019. My apologies. 2019.
Oh, so it was a few years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
And they finally found out who sold them the drugs.
Former Angels staffer Eric Kay given 22-year jail sentence in Tyler Skaggs' case.
Wow. That's not good publicity.
No, sir.
For the Angels.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go into Sunday afternoon for me. The Giants and the Packers played in London.
What an
Sunday
upset.
Sunday morning for
morning
for
home. Me.
I know. What the heck
upset.
happened? What the hell was that?
Zyler kind of called this though.
Did he?
In the last podcast. Yeah, he said, I'm still going with the Packers because it's Aaron Rodgers, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants win.
This would be that would be a fun upset. Yeah, well, we might have to fact check that, but that's a really fun upset, I should say.
What a game by the Giants. That's a statement. That's a statement game by them.
Yeah.
They did you see any of that? Did you see any?
No, I didn't really. I didn't really see a lot of the games, but I'm looking at the stats right now. I'm looking them all up. I'm on profootballreference.com. Shout out, sponsor us, please.
Sponsor us, Pro Reference.
Why is Daniel Jones having a decent season?
Because now he has a good offensive head coach in Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll is a very good coach. And it's showing. They're 4-1 now. They're rolling.
Yeah, that's true. They are. They're on a hot streak. They could be a wild card team.
Who was their loss to? Who did they lose to?
I forget. Give me one
Oh, they lost
second.
to the Cowboys. They lost to the Cowboys.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Cooper Rush strikes again. We'll
Yeah,
get to
Cooper
him
Rush.
too in a minute.
Yeah.
Anyways,
And
um,
they're playing the Ravens next week.
the
That's a
Giants
big
do.
game. Yeah, that's a big game for them.
That is a big game.
It's a big
I
game for
don't
my
even know. I might have to bet against the Ravens next week, but we'll see when we actually place the
no,
predictions in.
no.
Dude, they beat Aaron Rodgers. They beat the Packers. You never know. I know the Packers aren't as good this year, but still, they beat the Giants beat Aaron Rodgers.
If
Like they
Daniel
beat him. Like
Jones,
they it's not like
but
they like barely beat them. Like they beat them. Like
they beat them. They
they
were
beat
down.
them. They had a
I think
good
they were
game
down. They were down
against
20
Green
to
Bay.
10 at halftime. They were down
Yeah,
20
they
to 10 at
came
halftime.
back, dude.
They were
Yeah.
rolling.
Yeah. Shout out Nico. We were in the hotel bar and he had his Packers shirt on. He was watching the updates on his phone. We were checking in at the hotel and and it was like 10-7 or something and then it was like or it was 14 the Packers were up though. I
Yeah.
forget what the score was, but the Packers were up. And then a couple of hours later I saw him like right at the end of the game. I saw him in the hotel bar and he was drinking water before fight week and
Near tears.
he was like, oh, damn it.
Near
Poor
tears.
guy. Poor guy.
Poor
But
kid.
anyways, let's talk about the Jets beating the Dolphins now. Again, convincingly, but I did say the Dolphins would be fine with Teddy, but then Teddy got hurt.
And
And
Teddy
then
got hurt.
Zach Wilson just kissed everyone's moms and then won the game. So
They had quite the good game on both sides of the ball. Brees Hall had 200 scrimmage yards.
yeah,
He also had one where and my dad has him in a touchdown league that we're in.
Zach Wilson.
No, Brees Hall.
Oh,
And he had I think like a 74-yard catch and run,
mhm.
and he got tackled at the 1 yard line. My dad
Oh,
was so
really?
upset about it.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
that sucks. Oh,
They
that's tough.
the Jets, they just had a lot of like really big plays.
Hmm.
And that's how they were
Hmm.
scoring so quickly.
Yeah,
And then obviously Miami not having either one of their starting quarterbacks is not
yeah,
good.
Tua or Teddy. Like Teddy's like starting quarterback like level. Like
Yeah.
he's starting quarterback material. That's a good way to put it. But yeah, when you don't have either of them, it's hard to bet for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Good win for the Jets though. That's a very important win for them.
That's a big win.
That's a
Big win.
big win. That is a big win.
Staying
That's gonna give them some confidence.
staying in the AFC East here with the Patriots,
Mm-hmm.
29-0 over what everybody thought was the hottest team in football, the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, the Lions are looking like the Lions again, bro.
They also had 9 people injured, I think. And St. Brown and Reynolds, they're 1 and 2, were just coming off of injury. So
That's
that
tough.
brutal game for the
Yeah,
Lions, which
yeah.
puts them to 1 and 4 in the year.
That just shows you how good of a defensive coach that Bill Belichick is, though. Like they're such a hot offense, and they couldn't get a single point on the board against the Patriots.
Yeah,
Like
good game on the
say
Patriots.
say what you want about this New England team, but as long as Bill Belichick is their head coach, they're still going to be in contention for at least
They're
a
gonna
wild
win.
card spot.
They're gonna win games. They're 2 and 3 right now, but I mean,
Yeah,
Zappy, he went. Listen to these stats. I mean, he didn't have an incredible game. 17 to 21, 188 yards, a touchdown, and a pick with 100 passer rating.
that's
But
not bad.
he missed 4 throws the whole game. Now, granted, they didn't really throw the ball a lot.
Yeah,
Ramondre Stevenson had 161 rushing yards.
yeah.
But they had a good game. That's all. Great
They
game.
did have a good game. Yeah, good for them. Let's keep it in the same division. Why don't we? The Bills stomped the Steelers.
Another blowout.
I love this game.
The This was so much fun to watch. Too
I just
bad.
love watching the Steelers lose.
It's so much fun. Gabe Davis had himself quite the game.
Yeah.
I think he had like what, 3 catches for 2 touchdowns?
He had a great game. Yeah. Yeah, 2 touchdowns. Yeah. Three
Three
catches
catches
for
for 2 touchdowns.
171 yards.
Yeah, one of them was a 98-yard touchdown.
That's insane. His average was 57 yards per catch.
That makes
That's
sense.
nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts, dude. That's good for. He had a great game. He's super underrated because he's always been Stephon Diggs's two, right? But like
Yeah.
he's good, man. Like any team would be lucky to have a receiver like him.
They're a really good 1-2 punch because you expect Diggs to get everything, and he still does. Like, he's still getting 8 receptions a game for me, like in fantasy. But the thing with Gabe Davis is he's not going to be like a consistent target. But if you forget to guard him deep, Allen's going to take the shot every time.
That game against Kansas City last year, Gabe
Oh,
Davis
yeah.
was their saving grace in those last 2 minutes, man. Like they were covering Diggs, but Davis was open and he made catches and he looked good.
Speaking of Bills Chiefs, they're playing next Sunday.
Ooh, really?
Playing this coming Sunday. Yeah, they play at 4:25.
Oh, they do too. That'll be nice. That'll be fun to watch. That'll be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's move it on to the Seahawks in New Orleans.
This was a good game.
Was
A
it a
very
good game?
good back and forth game. Yeah, Taysom Hill
Was
had
it?
4 total touchdowns.
What? Was he their starting quarterback this week?
No, Dalton was.
Oh,
Taysom Hill had 120 or 112 rushing yards
yeah.
for 3 touchdowns, and then he had a 22-yard passing touchdown.
So he just
Yeah,
plays running back then.
yeah. He just comes in and rushes the ball. They're running like a Madden 20 offense.
Interesting. That's different. You don't see that
Yeah.
very often, do you?
Kamara also had 100 rushing yards and 100
Yeah.
receiving.
By the way, that's karma on me.
Carmon,
Well,
Jacob still had a really good game though.
he did,
For you,
but
he had a good game.
he did. I can't be mad, but like I don't feel like too much of a D bag now because Kamara
I'm
did
upset
give
with you
Carson
though because Kamara is
23.
the reason why I lost this week.
Sorry, dude. Hey, you were involved in the scheme, so that's your own
I got
fault.
gaslighted. I
You did
agreed to
not
it.
get gaslighted.
I agreed to it. I did tell you to give him a second player, but
He
whatever.
still would have had him.
It's cool. It's cool.
Anyways, Texans beat the Jags.
Good game from my boy Damian Pierce. That's really all that happened this game.
Yeah, that's about it. Nothing else really happened. Well, Jacksonville have 2 field goals. They kicked 2
Yeah.
field goals, and yeah, kind of boring, but good for the Texans. Bad for the Jags. I thought they were looking hot, but maybe not. The Falcons and they played the Bucks in Tampa Bay.
Oh, we already talked about this, but yeah,
We
the
already
Falcons
talked about
got
this.
robbed out of a game.
We don't know if that's a deciding factor, but it could have been.
They didn't even get the chance.
You never know. You
Yeah.
never know until you know. That's the thing. So,
Yeah.
um,
They got robbed of the chance to win the game. I'll
the
say that.
Falcons are looking really good this year, though. Like they're genuinely looking like a good team. Like
It looks
they
good.
like they're mid. They're kind of mid. They're moving up to the mid rankings. You know, like they're same level as like the Browns and I don't know, their same level as like the Saints. Although like they're mid, right? The Patriots, they're a mid team. They're a mid team.
Speaking of your Browns,
Yeah.
a little bit of an upsetting loss there for you, buddy.
I
didn't watch this game, so I don't know what happened.
So this is the only game that I really kind of watched. So I couldn't get the zone out here because they don't get NFL on the zone apparently in Europe, but and I don't have a VPN. So if NordVPN could sponsor us, I would use you whenever we go on trips.
Shout out NordVPN.
Shout out NordVPN. We would use you. Just saying.
Sponsor us.
They had a really bad end of the game. I think I don't even remember what happened. I honestly, I was super tired from a day of traveling, and I crashed and took a nap as soon as this game was over. But I just remember they blew the end of the game. It was 30-28. But sorry, I gotta drink a water. My throat's bugging me a little bit.
No, it's okay.
I got a
I can't
scratch in my
comment.
throat. But yeah, no, disappointing loss. Like it's another really like tough loss. Like they
Oh,
again could have easily won the game if they just played better, but they didn't because of the Browns and they suck. But no, they don't suck. I love them.
Chubb
But
had. I'm just reading the stats here. Chubb had 134 yards and 2 touchdowns,
mhm.
and Eckler had 173 yards and a touchdown.
I'm just like they had a good game against that Chargers defense though.
They did have a good game. They had a really good game, but
They put up 28 points against them.
yeah.
Yeah. But the Browns are the Browns. They will always be the Browns. Let's
my
move on. I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Fair enough.
The Vikings beat the Bears in a pretty close game. Too close for my liking. I'm not liking the Vikings as much as I thought I would, but
But yet they're still 4-1.
they're still 4-1. But they're playing really crappy teams and they're coming pretty close against pretty crappy teams too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
think
hey,
always, I
gotta
think
win.
I think they led the league last year in one possession games. So I think
Yeah.
they're always going to be in one possession games. But
Yeah.
that's the thing with the Vikings is no matter who they play, they will always be in it, except when
That's true.
except for when they play the Eagles. But
That's true. That's true.
which is their only
Hey,
loss this year.
a
But
win's a win. Maybe that's
a win is a
excuse
win.
me. Maybe that's their strat. Maybe their strat is just to stay close with their opponents and just keep a lead on them. That's all they need is just keeping leads. So I don't know.
I know we
A
already
win's a
talked
win
about
though.
I know we already talked about this, but San Francisco steamrolls the Panthers and Matt Rule loses his job.
Yep.
That's
We also
unfortunate.
we also didn't talk about the Titans beating the Commanders, but I don't care. So we can.
I don't care.
Okay.
De'Ami Brown had 2 catches for 2 touchdowns.
Cool.
And they were both, I think, like 70-yard touchdowns.
Cool. Okay, I don't care. Cooper
There's that.
Rush beat the reigning Super Bowl champs.
No, they stomped on them. They killed.
They beat him 22-10. Like it's not a crazy blowout. That's not a blowout by any means, but that's still a 2-possession game right there.
I don't think the Rams are very good this year.
They're not impressing me at all. I think I don't know. I don't
They're
know what's
having
going
a
on.
mega Super Bowl hangover right now.
Yeah, like worse than the Bengals, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Bengals, your Ravens
This game gave me a heart attack, man.
took a dump on the Bengals.
Yeah, their defense did. Joe Burrow he even said in a post-game interview that if defenses played the way that Baltimore played us tonight, I would never have time to throw.
Just rushing him, eh?
They smothered him on defense. And Patrick Queen got a nice interception. Former LSU player with Burrow and Chase.
Oh, nice. Good for him.
He baited Joe Burrow into throwing a ball to Chase and completely lurked it underneath. It was perfect.
Yeah. Good for him.
Justin Tucker hits the game-winning field goal. Here's a crazy stat for you. The way that he kicked that ball, so if he were to kick that exact same ball, if the goalposts were only half a yard wide, the football still would have made it. It still would have done it.
Really? That's a cool stat. I like that.
That's how close to the middle of the field goal or to the net he was.
That's cool. Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Eagles are still 5-0.
Oh my God. I thought they were going to blow this game, and then they didn't. Arizona looked a little sloppy, but now their number 1 and number 2 running backs are out.
Ooh.
I just picked up their number 3 on fantasy.
Who's that?
Ito Benjamin. I don't know.
Never heard of him.
I've just heard of him. Yeah. James Conner and Daryl Williams, though, are both injured.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not what you want.
No. So
Um, but yeah, no, the Cardinals have seemed messy to me too. Like they don't look as good as they did last year. They don't look like they're one team. They just look slop, kind of like the Rams. They just look sloppy. Um,
I'm waiting for D Hop to get back though. Once D
yeah,
Hop gets back, I think they'll start playing a little bit better.
I think the Niners could win that division with the way that all these teams are playing right now.
They're all 2-3 right now, and the Niners are 3-2. I just checked.
Who do you think is coming in last in this division this year?
Oh, I still think
Seattle, probably. I still think it'll be
I think it'll
Seattle.
be the Seahawks, but I
Yeah,
think it'll be closer than people think.
yeah, I agree. All right. So now we got we're gonna do an early NBA prediction segment here. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna run through our predictions for the standings for the East and the West. We'll go from 15 up to who we got number one. We'll run through the play-in tournament, the results of that, and we'll run through our playoff predictions as well. So yeah, early NBA season predictions all the way from the start to the end to
Let's do
the
it.
championship. So before we start, Jake, you said you had someone from the West winning the championship this year.
I do, in fact, have somebody from the West winning the championship this year. I'm
Well,
assuming that you have an East.
I have somebody from the East winning the championship this year.
Interesting.
Yeah, so this will be fun. Let's we can both start. Let's start with the East. It's probably the most fun division to talk about now.
Yeah, the East,
Um,
they're on top right now. They're kings of the
who do
world.
you, who do you have at number 15?
I have the Knicks at 15.
Really?
I do.
I've got the Wizards at 15.
I think the Knicks are going to have a big injury this year, and I think it's going to be somebody like Obi Toppin. It might not be
Okay.
Obi Toppin, but I think they're going to get a big injury this year, and it's going to just completely deteriorate that team.
Okay. Okay.
That's just my guess.
That's fair. I got the Wizards. I just don't think Bradley Beal can carry that team.
I don't think he can either.
It's,
They're not
it's,
very
it's
good.
they're not very good. Who do you have at number 14?
I have the Pacers at 14.
Me too.
Yeah, I have the
Um, okay, so I'm getting confused. I keep forgetting stuff. Did they get Tyrese Halliburton or did they trade away Tyrese Halliburton? They got him?
Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, okay, I thought
Because
so.
they traded
So
Sabonis to the Kings.
right. And I think Sabonis was running that team, to be totally honest with you. Um,
And
I think
Miles Turner is going to be off that team by the trade deadline.
you think so? He wants out?
No, I think the Lakers are going to make a play for him, and I think they're going to get him.
We'll see. I don't know. I think they could very well be like a 10 seed team if Halliburton and Turner can turn that team around. But I have them finishing 14. I don't see them going very far.
Yeah, I don't see them getting very high.
Who do you have at 13?
I have the Wizards at 13.
Yeah, I've got the Knicks at 13. So we got the bottom three pretty evened out there. Who do you have at 12?
The Pistons.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
They have a lot of young kids, but like, can these young kids play?
It'll take a couple years to develop. I think they'll keep getting some good draft picks. But yeah, they're not going to finish last anymore, but they're not a playoff team quite yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you have at 11?
I have the Hornets at 11.
Me too, dude.
Oh my God, dude.
This is working out. Maybe this is just like a general.
Whoa.
Like me, I don't know.
I bet you we have the same number 10 then too.
I think we do have the same
number 10.
The Orlando Magic.
The Orlando Magic.
Yes,
The Orlando Magic.
I think the Hornets. I don't know. I just like everything that happened with Miles Bridges and him getting arrested and all that.
And all his allegations. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a pretty big asset for that team.
Now,
and they didn't really do too well with him anyways. And
I don't really follow basketball during the off season. Like I'll follow like the big name guys, but like I don't really follow like these small market teams. Is LiAngelo Ball gonna sign with the Hornets?
He signs with them he's signed with them twice. So he signed with them last year in the offseason and then they cut him or they sent him to the G League and then the same thing this year. I think they signed him, and I think they might play him, but he'll ride the bench mostly.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I didn't
it'll be
know.
cool for him and LaMelo to play though.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But yeah, I got Orlando sneaking in at the 10 seed, making the play-in tournament.
I might be a little
Um,
biased in saying this, but I love Paulo Banchero. I love him. And I
I
think he's going to be
don't.
a You don't like him?
No, he gave me the works in my career. So I don't like him.
I'm a shout out Duke. I'm a big Duke fan.
Yeah,
Duke
he'll
did.
be good. I think he'll be really good. Him, Jonathan Isaac still on that team?
Yep.
Is he healthy? He's
Their
healthy again.
Yep. Their backcourt is Fultz and Suggs.
That's good. And then they've got
Cole Anthony is their
Montero.
six man too.
And yeah, they got a decent young team. Like they're like the Pistons, but like a little bit better.
They got a good young team.
And they got Mo Bamba. They're chilling.
Okay. This is where I think you and I are going to start to defer a
Different.
little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Who do you have at number 9?
I have the Hawks at 9.
Okay, Jake. This is an issue.
I have the
And
Hawks
what
at 9.
and okay. I've got the Nets at
But
9.
I have the Hawks at 9. And like so I have the Raptors at 8.
Okay.
But
Same.
I
Spoilers.
could see I could see the Hawks playing in the playoffs as the 8 seed.
Okay.
So but I put them at 9 at the end of the year.
To finish out the season. Okay, that's fair.
So you have the Nets at 9.
Pardon?
You have the Nets at 9.
I have the Nets at 9. I still think it's just a messy team. It's a messy organization. With all the stuff that went down with KD in the offseason, and nothing really got resolved, and they're not going to be much better than they were last year. If anything, they're going to be worse because KD and Kyrie are just both getting older. I think I don't know. I don't think they'll be a very good team again this year, but you never know. You never know. But we both have the Raptors at 8.
Raptors at 8.
The East is just so tough, man. Like it's hard to put the Raptors too high because the East is like, I'm surprised the Raptors. I think the Raptors got as far as they did this year as it was. Like I think the Raptors are definitely a playoff team now.
Yeah.
Like Fred and Pascal and Scotty, like they're a good team. They've got a good core, like, but the East is just so tough. It's hard. It's hard to put them any higher than that.
Yeah. I don't know. Who do you have at 7?
I got the Bulls. Why? Who do you have at 7?
I got the Nets at 7.
Okay.
I got the Nets at 7.
Okay, I got the Bulls.
You're not gonna like where I put the Bulls. You're not gonna like where I put the Bulls.
You're not gonna like where I put the Hawks. Lonzo's
Jesus Christ.
Lonzo's hurt. Lonzo's hurt to start the season off. Zach LaVine doesn't like being pushed aside, and DeMar is good, but he can't carry a team, as we know. I think there'll be a solid 7, maybe 6, maybe 6 seed. Yeah.
Okay then. Yeah, I have the Nets at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is that it?
I have the Sixers.
Say?
That's all I want to say for now.
Okay. All right.
I have the Sixers at 6.
I've got the Celtics at 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to do as well this year without their head coach. They picked up Brogdon, but I think he's riding the bench. He should be starting, but they're not going to take Marcus Smart off their starting lineup quite yet. But
no,
I don't know. I just don't think this team's really gotten much better. And
unless they want to run, if they want to run small ball, they can start Brogdon because they can play. They can play Tatum at the 4 and Jalen at the 3.
They could, but
and then run like Robert or Grant at the 5.
I don't know why they wouldn't just do that, but
I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see how they do it.
Robert Williams.
Well, yeah, you forgot about Robert Williams, eh?
Yeah. No, I didn't. Did you?
No, I said Robert or Grant.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't know what I heard, but
yeah, I have the Sixers at 6.
Okay.
I don't know. They could easily be the 1 seed, easily.
Yep.
But
Agreed.
I think
Just
Embiid.
saying.
I don't know. Embiid and Harden, they've worked, but they haven't worked.
Hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
They just cannot seem to finish a season.
They can't seem to get it done. I'll get to that in a minute, but
Yeah.
I've got the Cavs at 5.
I have the Cavs at 5 too.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they'll do much better than they did last year. Well, wait, would they finish 7 or 8 last year?
They finished 7th, but they lost both playing games, so they finished 9th.
They'll be a playoff team this year. I think they'll be a 5 seed with Donovan Mitchell.
Seeing Donovan
That's
Mitchell in the Cavs jersey is creepy.
I like it. It looks good on him.
It looks good on him, but it
Mhm.
looks so weird to me.
It does, but I can get used to it. I'll get used to it pretty quick. The first time I saw it, it almost looked natural on him.
Natural.
I didn't
Yeah,
mind it. You have a Utah Donovan Mitchell jersey.
I do.
Are you gonna burn it?
I always seem to have this curse of every time I myself or a family member of mine buys me a jersey, the player either gets injured, traded, or kicked out of the league that they're playing in. It's just an unlucky curse I have.
At the end of Giannis's contract, you got to get a Giannis jersey so that
He goes
um,
away.
no, so that he comes to Toronto.
I'll do that.
All right.
I'll bring my. I have the Drake curse, but with jerseys.
Who do you have at number 4?
I have the Celtics at 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've got the Heat at 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Notice
I respect.
Listen to remember who I haven't said yet. You've already said one team that I haven't said yet. There's been a couple teams up there though that you're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised at where I put them.
Okay. Who do you have at 3?
I have the Bucks at 3.
Bucks, same. Me too.
I have the Bucks at 3. Is Chris Middleton back now?
Yeah.
Okay, so then they're going to be a steady 3 seed. They're not going to go any higher. They're not going to go any lower. They're going to, in my bracket, they're going to play the Sixers in the first round, and they're going to stomp on them.
They're going to stomp on the Sixers?
I think they're going to stomp on the Sixers.
Okay, I can see that. I
think they are what the Sixers expected themselves to be.
I see that.
Like Middleton's playing just as good as James Harden is right now.
He is. Honestly, he is. Genuinely, yeah.
Giannis is playing better than Embiid. Drew Holiday is playing better than Maxey.
That's true. Yeah.
They are just an upgraded version of the Sixers.
Well, Maxey's got much better offense than Drew does.
He's gotten much better, but I mean,
yeah, I get what you mean though. Yeah. I've got the Sixers at 2.
I have the Heat at 2.
Okay. So you've got the Bulls at 1.
I do have the Bulls at 1. Now
I have the Hawks finishing 1.
The reason why I put the Bulls at 1 is I didn't realize that Lonzo was hurt to start the year.
Oh God.
Now I'd lower them a little bit. But I don't know. I think they could be a dark horse for hitting the 1 seed.
I think they could be possible.
Very good.
It's possible.
They have Drummond now on their team, who I don't think they had him last year, did they?
No, I don't think so.
But that's a rebounding presence that they need, right? I think
that's true.
That was their biggest worry against the Bucks is the Bucks stomped on them because of the offensive boards.
That is true. Yeah, they didn't really have who was their center?
I can't remember.
I don't even remember. Yeah.
But Drummond is going to help them next year.
Yeah, that's a good pickup for them. He'll probably be their backup center. I don't know if he'll start, but
I think he'll start.
You think so?
I think he'll start for them. Yeah.
God, why can't I remember who their center is? Whatever, doesn't matter. Let's move on to the West.
So yeah, there's our 15 for the East.
All right, West.
Bulls and Hawks at number 1.
Yeah.
I don't like where you put the Hawks, but interesting.
I think Murray and Young are gonna just wreck everybody.
I think I want to switch the Nets and Hawks in mine. I think I'm gonna put the Hawks at 7 and the Nets at 9.
I swayed you, eh?
A little bit.
Yeah. I think if Trey gets hot on the outside, he can shoot those threes all day. And I think they can both pass and they can both do their own things separately on offense. Like Murray can drive to the rim and Young can just sit on the outside of the 3-point line and just hit buckets all day. I think they're going to be a freaky duo.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
they could also just totally
They could
stink.
also be the 9 seed and just
Yeah.
totally stink.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's go to the West. Number 15, who you got?
I bet. Okay, ready? I hope we go on a run again of having same teams. I have the Jazz at 15.
I have the Spurs at 15.
I have the Spurs at 14.
I have the Jazz at 14.
Okay,
Okay.
so
All right.
okay, now let's see. Let's see. I got the Rockets at 13.
I got the Kings at 13.
I got the Kings at 12.
I've got the Rockets at 12. There we
Oh,
go.
look at that.
Okay. All right. So
Okay,
I'm
so we've
guessing,
got
okay, so do you have the Thunder at 11?
no.
Oh, okay. You have the
I have the,
Blazers at 11.
I have the Blazers at 11.
Okay.
So we have okay, so let's talk about the bottom 6. So
Okay.
Thunder, Blazers, Kings, Rockets, Spurs, Jazz.
Yeah.
I think all these teams are going to be the same. I think the Thunder could finish 10 or 15, and I think you could say that with any one of them except for the Jazz.
You think the Jazz are going to stink?
And probably the Spurs.
Yeah, I think they're going to stink the most. I think, yeah, between Portland's, OKC, Houston, and Sacramento, I think any one of those teams could be a 10 seed. I think they could sneak.
Yeah.
What's that?
10 to 13 seed.
Yeah. I think any one of those teams could sneak in into the play-in. Well, any one of those 6 teams will sneak into the play-in, but it won't be the Jazz or the Spurs. I would be shocked if it was, but I've got the Blazers at 10. I don't think the Thunder is going to do that well. If Shea plays the whole season, here's the thing is like,
he's going to Toronto.
I hope so. God, I hope so. That would be awesome. Chet's out for the season, isn't he?
Chet is out for the season.
So that's not good. Their number 1 pick is out.
Mm-hmm.
Or their first round pick, I should say, the number 2 overall, but their number 1, their number 1 pick, their first round pick is out. And Dame's going to be back, and I think he'll win enough games just to get him into the 10 slot.
So they'll make the play-in tournament. Okay, I can agree with that.
I think the Blazers will make the play-in. Who do you have at 9?
I've got the Timberwolves at 9.
Me too.
I think they're going to win against the Thunder, or I guess against the Blazers, in the play-in tournament. But then I think they're going to lose to whoever loses the 7-8 matchup.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, I don't have them making the playoffs, but I have them as the 9 seed in the play-in.
Yeah.
I have them beating the Blazers. Spoiler alert for the play-in, but they're going to lose to the winner of the 7-8 game. Who do you have at 8?
I have the the Lakers finishing as the 8 seed.
Me too.
Yeah, the Lakers.
Me too.
I have the Pelicans at 7.
You have the
Pelicans at 7.
Okay, now I was gonna put the Pelicans at 7, but I put the Mavericks at 7.
So then do you have the Pels at 6?
I have the Pelicans at 6.
Okay, so we have the same 6, 7, 8 then with Mavericks, Pelicans, and Lakers.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't think Luka's gonna be able to they got Christian Wood. I don't think he's gonna do much. I think they're gonna play
exactly how they did last year. They're gonna be the exact same team as what they did last year.
Yeah. And I think the Pelicans are gonna. Is Zion back?
Yep.
Zion's back. And I think CJ McCollum has really come into his own as a player since he joined New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as Zion stays healthy, I'm putting them at 6 just in case he doesn't. If Zion stays healthy, I see him being a top 5 seed team. But if he misses 30 games or 35 games, they could be a consistent 6 seed team.
For sure.
So who do you have at 5?
Sorry, before we go on, do you think the Lakers are a for sure lock in the playoffs?
No.
No?
No.
Are they a for sure lock for the play-in this year?
They should be. I think LeBron will make them be a for sure lock for at least the play-in.
I don't want to sound optimistic when I say this, but I really, really think that Russell Westbrook is going to have a much better year this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's going to give enough effort to make them an 8 seed. That's all.
I think so. Like he's not bad. Like he's not as good as he was, but he's not a bad player.
Yeah.
Like he's not what he used to be, but he can still give you points. He'll still average 15 and he'll still get you some triple doubles. Like he's all around a good player. He'll probably still get he'll probably still lead the team in turnovers, but
You know what? I'm gonna make a quick change. Sorry. One more change. One last change.
Who are you changing to 5?
No.
Who do you have at 5?
I'm putting who do I find? I have the LA Clippers finishing in 5th.
Okay.
Because I don't think Kawhi is going to play a lot this coming year because I think they're going to want to rest him.
Yeah.
But come playoff time, the kid's not going to miss a game. And
okay, that's fair.
Paul George will carry that team the whole year, as he has been for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
But does Kawhi ever look good?
He does. He looks strong.
Huge.
Yeah.
He looks like Lamar. Like he looks like he's put on 20 more pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
At least.
That's why I've got them a little bit higher. I'll get to that in a second, but I think he'll be okay. He's put on a lot of muscle. I think he'll stay healthy for a little while just because he's never been this thick before. He's never had that kind of muscle to kind of fall back onto. But I've got the Suns at 5.
Suns.
Yeah.
Interesting. I got the Suns at 4.
I think everyone's kind of got them figured out now.
Yeah, I think so too.
I've got the Warriors at 4.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see the Warriors. I don't have them at 4. I mean, I had the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see the Warriors being a 4 seed.
Who do you have at 3?
I have the Grizzlies at 3.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So who do you have at 2? Who's your 1-2?
I have the Warriors at 2, and I have the Nuggets finishing 1st.
I have the Clippers at 2, and I have the Nuggets finishing 1st.
I think the Nuggets are going to be good this year.
Jamal Murray's back.
Michael Porter's back.
I was just going to ask, is he back too? Yeah. Okay.
So now the $120 million you're spending on those 3 guys is actually paying off for them.
It will actually pay off. So yeah, like I said, I've got the Clippers at 2. I think Kawhi is going to be strong. I think he's going to be scary. And I think Paul George is also going to be scary. And they just look like they got good chemistry. Like I've been seeing some videos online of them like at practice and stuff. And they just look like the team has good chemistry now. And that's what you really need. You need a good core. And I think they have a good core. So that's why I got the Clippers up at 2. They might be a little high, but I got them sitting at 2. You want to run through the play-in real quick? Did you put your play-in results in or?
Yeah. So I've kind of tweaked it a little bit as we're going through this. So I have the Blazers finishing 10th. And do you want to start with the East or West? Well, might as well
go East. Go your 7-8 game for the East. Who's getting the 7 seed in the playoffs?
So my 7-8 game will be the Hawks and Raptors.
Mm-hmm.
Hawks is 7, Raptors at 8. And then I'll have the Nets and Magic at 9 and 10. I think the Nets will beat the Magic.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the Nets would probably beat the Raptors in this situation.
Okay.
But I hope not.
Okay. I have pretty similar. I've got Raptors and Bulls for 7-8 game, and I've got the Bulls winning. Yep. And then again, I've got Nets Magic for my 9-10 game, and I got the Nets winning that one. But I have Raptors Nets for my 8-9, and I've got the Raptors winning that game.
Sorry, one second. So I need that, and then.
What are you adjusting?
No, I didn't write it out on my plan. Like I didn't write it out in the bracket. I wrote it out on 150.
For the West, though, so for the West, I've got for my 7-8 game, I got the Mavericks and the Lakers. I've got the Mavericks taking that game over LA. And then 9-10 game, I got the Timberwolves and the Blazers, and I got the Timberwolves beating Portland. And then so the 8-9 game would be Lakers, Timberwolves, and I got the Lakers winning that one. So they'd secure the 8 seed.
I've got the same as you, but I have the Lakers at 7 and the Mavericks at 8.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have the Lakers beating the Mavericks in the 7-8 game, and then I have the Timberwolves beating the Blazers, and then I have the Mavericks beating the Timberwolves.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So kind of the same.
Yeah, pretty similar.
All right.
Round 1. We'll just go through the rounds pretty quick. it's kind of hard to talk about the like actual playoff prediction. So,
Who's your 1-8 seed in the East?
I got Hawks and Raptors at the 1-8 matchup. I got the Hawks beating them in this series, moving on to the next round to play the Heat. I got the Heat and the Cavs playing in the 4-5 slot, and I got the Heat beating the Cavs in that series. Then at the bottom, I've got the 2 and 7, the Sixers and the Bulls, and I have the Bulls upsetting the Sixers. I think the Sixers are going to choke their way out of that one. So I got the Bulls moving on to face the Bucks, who've played against the Celtics in the first round. I think the Bucks are going to win that series against this sorry little Celtics team. So
fair enough.
Round 2, I've got Hawks and Heat, and then Bucks Bulls going against each other.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'll go now. I'll do my first round now. So I accidentally messed up my bracket, but it won't change anything anyways.
Okay.
So I have the Bulls and Nets playing in the first round, and I have the Bulls winning. The Bulls they'll make their way through them.
Yep.
And then I accidentally had the 1 and 2 seeds on the top and the 3 and 4 seeds on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So Boston and Cleveland at the 4-5. I have Boston winning this series. The 3-6 is Bucks Sixers, and I have the Bucks steamrolling as they would.
Good.
And then I have Miami and Atlanta playing in the first round. Now I'm going to take the Heat, but that if my bracket would be right, Atlanta would be the team I would take to upset.
Yeah.
There.
We'll get to that in mind, but.
And that leaves me with Bulls Celtics, and then Heat Bucks.
Okay.
I'm going to go Celtics Heat East Finals.
Okay. I've got Hawks Bucks East Finals. So I got the Hawks upsetting the Heat. Well, not really an upset because they're the number 1 seed in my bracket, but I got the Hawks beating the Heat, and I got the Bucks beating the Bulls. So I got Hawks Bucks in the conference final.
Okay,
rematch from 2 years ago,
and then rematch from last year, Bucks Celtic or Heat Celtics. Rematch from this past year.
Yeah. True.
And I have Miami going to the finals.
I've got Milwaukee going to the finals.
Okay, I can agree with that. I'm not going to disagree with the Bucks going to the finals.
And I already did say that I've got the East winning the championship, so I got the Bucks winning the chip again this year. Let's move it to the West though. My 1-8 team, or my 1-8 series, I got Nuggets against the Lakers, and I got the Nuggets beating them.
I have the same.
Bronze coming out first round again. 4-5 series, I got the Warriors and the Suns. I think the Suns are going to upset the Warriors in this series.
Okay.
I got the Warriors out first round.
Interesting.
I think they're going to upset them. Then I got Grizzlies Pelicans for 3-6, and again I got the Pelicans upsetting the Grizzlies, just assuming that Zion's healthy for this series.
Yep.
And then Clippers Mavericks. These guys seem to match up every playoff, and I got the Clippers beating the Mavericks.
Once again.
Yeah.
Go Clippers.
Yeah.
Okay, my 1-8 is the same as you, so I've got the Nuggets in sweeping fashion over the Lakers.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. My 4-5 is Suns Clippers. And I will have the Clippers in, if I had to guess, like 6, maybe 5.
Okay.
I have the no, I don't have the Nuggets and Lakers playing in the first round.
Oh.
I have the Nuggets and Mavericks playing in the first round, and the Nuggets are still going to win.
Okay.
I have the Warriors and Lakers playing in the first round.
Ooh.
As a 2-7, and the Warriors are going to win that. And then I have Grizzlies Pelicans at the 3-6.
Nice.
And then I have the Pelicans upsetting the Grizzlies.
Same, yeah.
So that leaves me with Nuggets, Clippers, Warriors, Pelicans.
Okay. So I've got Nuggets, Suns, and then I've got Clippers and Pelicans. I got the Nuggets beating the Suns, moving on to the conference final, and they're going to meet up with the Clippers. I think the Clippers are going to beat the Pelicans. So I got Nuggets, Clippers going to the conference final.
I got, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I'm going to have the Clippers beat the Nuggets, obviously.
Okay. Obviously. All right.
Obviously.
Okay.
And I think the Pelicans are going to upset the Warriors if they play them.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
they
gonna be
could.
that's gonna be. We always seem to have an upset team in the Final
Yeah.
Four, and I think
Yep.
the Pelicans are gonna be my upset team this year.
Okay.
Uh, but it's gonna end in the West Final because the Clippers are gonna beat them.
Okay. So you got the Clippers making the final.
Yeah. So I have a Miami LA Clippers final.
That's not bad. I got the Nuggets beating the Clippers in the West Final. So I got the Nuggets and the Bucks in the finals, which would be pretty
Be a
sweet. And
good
then I got
series.
Milwaukee beating them. So you got the Clippers winning the title this year?
I have the Clippers winning the title this year.
See, I don't know if they're if they're a title worthy team, but I could see it. It's possible.
Here's my thing. I haven't seen Kawhi. I've seen Kawhi been stopped once in a playoff run, and it was LeBron that stopped him. The only reason why they didn't like go to the finals in 2017 is because he got hurt.
Yeah,
Like this dude does not lose playoff series. It
that's
it
true.
doesn't happen. And I don't know. I think he's gonna have a revenge season this year. He's been out for the last like what 2 years now
Yeah, pretty much.
since the bubble playoffs, and
Pretty much. I've got Jokic stopping him. So
fair enough. Fair enough.
potential 3-time back-to-back MVP winner Nikola Jokic. Anyways,
anyways, I was gonna
um,
say my pick for MVP this year is gonna be probably Jokic. So
I would say either Jokic or Young if I've got the Hawks at 1. So
yeah.
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 We'll see.
Okay.
Hey, these are just early predictions. The season hasn't even started, but these are predictions. Anyways, I gotta go, but this was a lot of fun.
That was
Thanks
fun.
for having me. All right.
Yeah, enjoy Ireland.
Will do.
Enjoy sightseeing.
Okay, we'll see you guys next time.